What's up, guys? I got the email that I've been waiting for, and there's no turning back now. DieselR Corp said it's time to send out my ECM. You heard that correctly. Now, if you're new to the channel, or if you're probably finding this playbook that I'm building here on doing weight loss program, yes, I'm trying to get this truck healthy, getting better fuel economy. This is the playbook on how to do this. So if you didn't watch my last videos, I'm going to be discussing a lot of different things. I'm going to be discussing the exhaust systems. I'm going to explain all these things. Also tuning, I'm going to be discussing tuning. So this is kind of part 1A, I guess you could say, of tuning, because this is what we have to do right now for these 24 plus trucks. We have to remove the ECM out of the truck and send it out to be unlocked. And that's pretty much what we're gonna be doing in this video. So when you get the email from DieselR Corp, that's who I'm using to do this. I highly recommend them. I've been working with them for a while now. We've been back and forth on this process. I didn't know anything about deleting. Now I'm a little dangerous now, basically, because I've just been doing research, been talking to them. I have a promo code down below if you wanna do this. Gives you a discount on their products. Yeah, this is something that I've chosen to do because I want my truck to be healthy. I've decided to keep this truck, not gonna sell it. I love this one. It's been my favorite. And yeah, it's just one of those things where at this point I want something that I can bulletproof and make more reliable. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be doing some rigorous tests. That's part of the reason why I'm doing it. You guys saw in one of my videos, I discussed, and I'm gonna keep saying this, I built a emissions compliant truck for you guys. I got great performance, great fuel economy out of the upgrades from Barbeques. Now I'm going to show you guys what going to the next level is. I truly believe that Barbeques products are warranty safe. You just have to make sure the dealership you're going to doesn't try to screw you. So if you're thinking about doing a weight loss program, here's that question. I know it's going to come up in the comment section. Is it warranty safe? The answer is yes. Just like the Barbeques products, they're warranty safe, and here's why. If my motor from my power to pole running boards goes out, that's still covered on the warranty. If I get any recalls, if my navigation screen goes out, if my window regulator goes out, anything like that happens, even if my transmission valve body fails, the reality is that is a known issue with these trucks. They technically cannot deny my claim because of my delete. Because if that was not a widespread issue, then yes, it would be something that fell back on me. I'd probably have to get it fixed because of the tune. But with that being said, this video is all about showing you how to remove the ECM. I'm going to show you guys where the TCM is as well. So stay tuned for that. And let's go ahead and get started. So if you don't know, let me go ahead and pop the hood. There's two areas. The first area is under the hood. So all you have to do is pop this and look down. So this is the battery, and this is the TCM. I had to look this up because originally I thought that this was the E42, but I was like, man, I thought the E42 had more plugs than this. And to my surprise, I looked it up, and this is the TCM. So I don't believe there's any, at the time of this video, there's no transmission tuning. So when I do weight loss program, and this is a question I keep forgetting to ask DieselR Corp, I have to ask them if there's going to be availability to maybe do like maybe a 50 horsepower tune, because I don't want to go too high up in the horsepower right now, because I don't want to put extra load on my transmission because of the issues. I am probably going to be doing some videos around bulletproofing my transmission. Stay tuned. I didn't want to talk about it right now simply because I haven't talked to any company yet. So once I start talking to companies, I'll let you know. But as of right now, it's something that I'm going to be considering in the future. I still need to get a delete kit for the CCV, and I'm probably going to run a catch can too. So let's go ahead, and I got to move my truck actually over here because it's not going to be driven for a while. So I'm going to put it back here, and we'll go ahead and start undoing the wheel well, because if you don't know, your ECM is right here. Now, I'm not sure if you guys can even tell, because It's kind of dark in here, but I did wash my truck and put a paint sealant on it because it's going to be sitting in the garage for probably about a week or more. So cleaned the engine bay out as good as I could. The reason why I did this is because obviously when you take your ECM out, you can't drive your truck. That's a no-brainer. Before we start taking the ECM out, we have to undo the battery. So I'm going to take out the negative terminal. So there's one on this side, and then the second battery is on this side. So I'm just going to remove the negative terminals, and I'm probably going to wait about 15 minutes before I start working, but I can start taking out the liner now while the battery's discharging, right? So right here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. Is that count all right? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's the last one, 7 right there. So one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See right there, 6, and a plastic tab. I'll let you guys know what Torx that is too, and then we'll start pulling this out. That way you guys can see the ECM. But I'm going to do the batteries first, simply because I want these to discharge. So to remove the battery on this side here, you're going to need a 1/2 ratchet. Will do just fine for that one. And then on the passenger side battery, I just use a wrench and then took that bolt off right back there. Hopefully you can see it. And if you want, you can always put tape on this stuff too, but like I said, I'm pretty much leaving the truck here out back, so nobody's going to be touching anything. So I'm going to go ahead and start undoing this liner so we can get that ECM unplugged and shipped out. So what I'm going to do first, I have this tool. It's a T10, and I'm just unloosening with this first, and then I'm going to use my drill and get them out, because you don't want to strip these out. So I've done it in the past, so lesson learned. So I just loosen them up with this, and there's 6 of those right here, and then there's a pin, push pin, plastic, yeah, pop out, and we'll pop that out, and then we'll pull this back. So this is the tool I use to get out that push pin. Actually, can you put this in a cup holder for me too? Now you can pretty much pull this out, and let me get some light for you. You can see these 3 plugs, 1, 2, 3. There's 4 screws holding this in. I will let you know the sizes of them. And this is definitely a tight spot. So let me put my light. Hopefully you guys can see that a little bit better. Not too bright actually. But yeah, you guys can see the E42 right there. Yeah, let's go ahead and start unbolting this, and I'll let you guys know what we're gonna do next. Now this does push up like that, and I guess you push that black tab down. And one thing I'll tell you is, this is different from what I've seen. So this goes up like that. You do not want to break any of this. So if you don't feel comfortable doing this, let someone else do it for you. Spend the money, is all I can tell you. Man, so that red tab goes up. Hopefully you guys see that. I'll zoom in a little bit. There you go. And there's a black button right there. This slides up. It should just pull right out like that. I'm going to put these right on top of each other. There's one more. It's a little bit further back in here. You guys can see my boost tubes already in there too. So if you push that tab up, and like I said, man, see there's dirt in these. So if you need to, you might just get some compressed air, maybe, you know, some water, like just rinse them off lightly. That way, again, you don't break them. But yeah, let's just get the last one out. I gotta wet this because it's not going up here. So I got the bolt out. What I'm gonna do is, maybe I have him, I'll point in here. Can you see where my finger is? It's right there. So I'm starting at the back bolts. I'm using a swivel like this. just so I can go in at an angle and break it loose. Let's see, can I get this one? Oh. So it dropped. Thank God it just dropped right on the frame. So that's the second one. So those are the hardest ones to get out. So once you get those two out, you're pretty much out the woods because the other two are really easy to get to. You probably don't even need the swivel, but I'm just gonna keep it on there just because. So I broke it loose and right there. One more to go. So now the ECM is loose. Of course, remember the orientation of how it was in here. And yeah, that was super easy. You can do this by yourself if you have just patience and prayer. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing wrapped up and we'll get this shipped out. Once you put your order in for DieselR Corp, they'll pretty much handle everything for you. I think that doing it this way is a little bit more seamless because if you don't know, DieselR Corp has tech support. That way, if you have any questions or if there's something that's confusing, you have a second line of defense. That way you don't mess this thing up. So this is the first email you're gonna get. You cannot ship out your ECM until you get instructions to do so. So they're gonna send you an email that says ECM shipping instructions that look like this. Now all you have to do is follow the instructions. Now they have it here in red for all the people who don't read instructions. Important, fill in the VIN on the attached PDF. Put the attached PDF inside the box with the ECM. Write your order number on the outside of the box that you're shipping your ECM in. They have that in red because I'm sure a lot of people miss these steps. So again, just be sure to pause this. This is just a mental note for you. Note this, you cannot send a spare ECM. I've had a lot of people, and like I was going through some forums and this was something that came up a few times when I was reading this. So they will not accept a spare ECM. You have to send your original one. Now it says here ECMs with broken tabs or connectors will not be accepted. Processing time 3 to 5 business days. So if you want, get this done probably maybe on a Friday. You can probably, or Thursday or Friday, you can ship it out, get it to them, overnight it, and have the whole week next week to have them get this taken care of for you. But here's the address for HP Tuners LLC, and then DieselR Corp puts their information down. So they do have tech support, and just if you have any questions, I think that they're the way to go to make this easy because so far they've been very, very quick to respond when I've had questions. So that's it. So all that's left to do is ship this thing out. So what I did here is I double wrapped it with this bubble wrap and I put some on the sides. And if you're not familiar, if you ship out a damaged ECM, they're going to send it back to you. They're not going to do anything with it. With that being said, be sure to check out the next few videos I do. We're going to talk about tuning. I did go obviously with HP Tuners because they're the only ones I believe that have unlocked this E42. And DieselR Corp does have the RTD4. So we'll discuss more of that in detail. We'll discuss the credits, all that good stuff. And yeah, just be sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure notifications are on. See you guys soon.